I'm Rylan, and today we'll be listening to Garrett's speech.
Okay, is America a melting pot? A lot of people say that this phrase that America is just this giant melting pot, and depending on who you ask, you'll either get that it's a negative thing or it's a positive thing. And communicating with diverse people of gender, race, ethnicity, sexual preference, anything like that. America is an awesome place to do that because there's so many people that are different in America. It truly is a melting pot. What we're going to talk about today is how we can effectively communicate better with people of different diversities than yourselves. One thing we can do is be sympathetic, not stereotype, and we need to look past what we've been taught or what we think people might be because of their specific gender or race. One thing is being sympathetic. My mom, she's a lesbian. She has a lot of lesbian friends. So a word that I use often is, or a phrase more, is, that's gay. And it's something that I need to work on because that's not being sympathetic to them when I talk. Maybe they hear me say that and it could offend them because it's viewed as a negative thing, So, and don't stereotype. So when we're talking about stereotyping, when I viewed Mexican Americans, I always thought that most all of them were very liberal leaning. And moving to Texas and going to Palo Alto, I've seen that a lot of Mexican Americans are pretty Republican and have very conservative views. So when we're talking, when I bring up something or something like that, I think maybe they might have a specific answer for that, and it could be something completely different and it throw the whole thing off. Another thing is looking past what you've been taught or told. And one thing, when I was in BC, Bakersfield College, was I was having trouble in one of my history classes, and there was a Chinese kid that was always sat next to me, and after class, I went up to him and I was like, hey, do you think that you could maybe, we could team up and study together, and maybe you could tutor me a little bit? And I found out that he was pretty much failing all of his classes. So when I asked him that, he knew what I was getting at, and he looked at me like I was a dick. So so putting all these together, being sympathetic, not stereotyping, putting people in a box just because of their gender or ethnicity, and looking past what we've been taught can really help us to communicate better with diverse communities and people. And thank you.